thanks for joining me on another video. This one is going to be really different, for me anyway. I've never done anything like this. I'm doing a little kind of mock survival challenge. I'm going to try to go 10 hours. So I've been in the woods now for about 20 minutes. As soon as I got out of my truck and I stepped into the woods, I did start a timer. Alright, so let's go through the what, the how, and the why. The what is, this is going to be a 10-hour survival challenge for myself, where I'm testing my skills and some of my abilities and really stretching myself. The how is, I'm only going to use what's in this survival kit that I purchased off of Amazon for about 50 bucks. So everything else, this is it. I've got my phone that's keeping my time in my pocket. I've got my keys to my truck in my other pocket. I've got a tripod and my camera, and that's it. There's nothing else. I have only opened this kit one time at home, and that was just to see if anything in here needed batteries, and to unwrap some stuff. I knew there would be a lot of plastic pieces that were individually wrapped. This is not a review on this bag. This video is about me testing my skills and really stretching myself. And I guess now I'm getting into the why. The why I'm doing this video is simply for the fact that I want to push myself. I may go 10 hours today without eating, without drinking. So I'm coming out here fully ready to have an incredible amount of failure. And I'm excited to be ready to learn from that failure. And I'm making myself a little vulnerable. I'm taking you along for the ride. So see if I can find anything underneath. Boy, he is quick too. Very tiny cricket. He's going in the bag. I hope he'll stay in there. Yeah, not much here. Whew, I'll be honest, did not think it would take this long for me to find some usable bait. The two crickets I found got away. They climbed out of the bag, I guess when I had set it down looking for other bait. It's been really dry lately, the whole solid week of dry weather, no rain, so I think the worms are going down deep. Alright, tiny bit of luck. I have a very small, what we call roly-polies around here. I'll try to put the maybe scientific name of those up here on the screen somewhere. And I have a granddaddy long leg spider, and I'll try to do the same with that. I want to cast out. I want to see how this little fishing spool works, and if the fish are even biting. So I'll probably start with that little spider, and we'll see if anything will bite on that. So let's get down there and see what happens. That this is a piece of birch, and there's some nice little fire starter. The birch bark works really well, so I'm going to take some of this and put it in a little pile and save. Look at these. Look at these two bottles. They even have the caps on them. I think I just hit the jackpot with the bait. No worms, but check this out. He's in there. And I think I'm going to hook him on next. Well, we've got those two lines out in the water, kind of inactive fishing. I'm curious about testing some different methods about procuring water. Obviously, I could get some water out of the lake back there, start a fire and boil it, but there may be some other ways that we can do that, and I don't know if they'll work or not, but I want to go try it, and I have a way that I think I'd like to try first, just up here, kind of near where I have my little base camp. Now, I use the word base camp very loosely. This is just my staging area here where I've got my survival kit and the bottles that I found. But here's what I'm curious about. This vine right here. This is a fairly, I don't know, not thick one. It's about the size of maybe diameter of my thumb. This vine is a grapevine, and I've always heard that if you cut the grapevine off and let it just hang, that water will seep out of the vine from up top down. And so I'm going to try that. I'm going to cut it fairly down low, and I've got a Gatorade bottle that I've kind of washed out, and I'll set the vine inside there and just leave it and see if we can collect any water. Okay. Let me see, let me put my foot on it. Let me go underneath. Maybe something like that. Oh yeah, it's going. Oops, binding. Try to stay flat with it. Don't pull so hard. Hey, look at that. Alright, so we've got the cut in of the vine. We're going to insert that into this bottle, and I'm just gonna set it right there. I don't think it's gonna fall. Yeah, it's fine. Well, I don't know, guys. 3 hours in, no food, no water. Buzzard up there just circling over me. I think I might have to go home, call it quits. Psych, I'm just kidding. Did I fool you? I didn't fool you. Nah. The goal here will be not to make this very big. About halfway through. Something like that. And then put it on the top side here. You know what I think I'm going to do too? So I'm going to run that in there and then run the bait through the hole if I can. And I can. Wrap it twice. Now it has like a loop through it. Do not hook yourself. There we go. Alright, I feel better. Yeah, I feel good about that. Yeah, okay, that feels better. Yeah, I guarantee you that spider is hanging in the water now, and I have a good indicator. I feel good about that. Let's do that same thing on the other one. I just turned over a log and found this little larva. I'm going to take that spider off, put that bad boy on. Oh, I caught a turtle. There he comes, there he comes. So, I've caught a little turtle. Not really what I wanted at all. I'm gonna try to get him unhooked if I can. Alright, wanted to touch base with you and kind of let you know what happened with the turtle. He had swallowed the hook really far. So I was pulling, working on it, really trying to lodge it loose so that I could let him go. But it was not even in his mouth. It was down his throat. And so what I decided to do was to dispatch the turtle quickly. I do not plan on eating the turtle. I know it could potentially be food. I am not super experienced with eating turtle and preparing turtle and cooking turtle, and so I don't feel comfortable trying to figure out what to eat and what not to eat, and it's pretty small anyway. What I want to do is to maybe use some of the meaty parts to use as bait, possibly. Catfish would probably be attracted to that. The truth is, that turtle is not wasted. What I will toss back into the lake will get eaten by other small fish and other turtles, catfish, things like that. And of course the pieces that I'm using for bait will get used. So circle of life comes around, and life moves on. let's see if we can pull in some fish. That's what I'm hoping for. Nothing yet on the fishing. I've been sitting, kind of relaxing. It's been in the shade. It's not too hot today, so not too bad. But I feel like I want to keep doing things, right? Because I want to make the most out of my time. So whether or not I can get food, I don't know. I do want to try to work on procuring the water, which the water's easy to get. It's right here, but I need to boil it. Here we go. So yeah, this is the bottle that I cleaned out earlier. It's the cleanest I can get it. Here's the cap. Let's go put some water in it. Well, there it is. You can see it's not ultra clear. It's got a few little floaty things in there, but it's lake water. I think what I'd like to do is to make a quick tripod. Tripods are incredibly stable and they're super easy to make. And that way I can make a quick tripod and then I can hang the glass bottle above the flames. Alright. Well, there we go. Place it over the fire. Try to get of course, the center here centered over the flames where they'll be, right in the middle. Yeah, feel good about that. Now, to get the height that I need, all I have to do is take this and just wrap it over the top of one of these limbs up here. And now it's not sitting on the ground, and if I end up needing to lower it, I'll just loosen it. Alright, so time to make some fire. There is a ferro rod in the survival kit with a striker, but I'm going to use the back of my knife just for ease. Normally I would make some small shavings and do some feather sticks, but I did find this old kind of dead birch bark. I don't know if you can see that well. There it is, and it's pretty thin, feels dry, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that it will take. We shall see. There we go, there we go. That was good. I just need to be ready with some smaller stuff. Get some more birch bark over here. That's it. Just keep on it with the birch bark. Well, we had a disaster. I went to go check the fishing rig, and Threw a few limbs on the fire, and it got big and burned the cord. So that's not going so well. I am just going to make a little space here, kind of right near the coals. I did not fill it up with as much water. I've only got it to kind of right there, like a fourth maybe a little over fourth. And I'm just going to set it in there. I'm going to pull some of the little coals around it, little ashes around it. And yeah, let's just do it that way. So we're getting some boiling in there. You can see it. I can tell you this, it's going to have to boil for a lot longer and a lot harder than that before I'm willing to drink it. So, but it's good to see it boiling. I collected some young pine needles here, and I think I'm gonna see if I can pull some of these off just like this and just drop them in. Yep, just drop them in. Pine needles are high in vitamin C, and they will maybe help flavor the water a little bit so that it doesn't taste like lake dank. It's been boiling for a solid 5 minutes now, like a really solid 5 minutes. And so I'm going to remove it, try not to drop it. I need to put it somewhere. Oh. Need to put it somewhere where it's flat. There we go. There you go, just to show you. You can hear it. Oh no! Well, that's what I get for trying to show for the camera. I dropped the bottle. A good bit of the water spilled out. There is still. God, I just chipped the cap. Alright, forget it. There is still some water left down in there. A few sips. I'm going to leave this for a while and quit touching it, so I'm not tempted to turn it over. Actually, I think I'm going to brace it with these logs. Well, I should have a few good sips when that cools down anyway. I'm getting ready to turn up here. Not a lot. A few swigs. Because I dropped it. Just kind of curious to see if it was still pretty warm. Yeah, I mean it looks pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna drink from the bottle. I know this seems odd, but I mean, that tastes like pine needles. I would rather it taste like pine needles than lake water. It's nice. It's the first bit of anything really that I've, put into my body since early this morning. Fun fact, my stomach just growled for the first time today. I was wondering when it was going to wake up, and it's awake. It's getting a little darker, probably another hour and a half of light. It's interesting, I'm not staying out here tonight. I had already decided I didn't want to do an overnight survival thing. I think maybe my next one I'll try it, but what's funny is that because it's getting darker, my instincts are telling me, make a shelter, make a shelter, make a shelter. So even though I'm not sleeping out here tonight, I'm gonna work on a shelter. I've got a couple of emergency space blankets, and here's an adult poncho, 2 adult ponchos. Sounds kind of weird. I was tempted to use my tripod, but I think there's like a hill back here. I don't know if you can see it, and some like logs running, and maybe I'm crazy, but I kind of think it would be cool to pull that log up and like pull that other log down, and then maybe, I don't know, make a type of roof using the emergency blankets or something. Trying not to break it. That's bigger than I thought. Well, there we go. It's not much, but it's shelter. You know, does the job. Not my best shelter I've ever made, but not completely terrible. It was quick, easy, and yeah, if it rained, I would pretty much stay dry. It would also collect rainwater up here. It would puddle right down there, and I could collect it. Yeah, I mean, I could post up right here and actually be pretty comfortable. I'd probably use one of those ponchos to lay on, so I'm not, you know, laying in the bugs and the moisture, but actually, this actually feels pretty good right now. Alright, well, let's go back and check the fishing rig. Let it be known that I fished to the bitter end. Not much time left out here, but I'm going. Time check. I've done it. 10 hours. Outside with nothing but what I have. Just to let you know, I'm not going to leave a mess, and I'm not going to leave trash, even the stuff that's not mine. So, just so you can see. So there's the spot where the, right where my flashlight is shining, is right where the fire was. As much as I can get it, you know, leave no trace. Here's my emergency blanket that I used for kind of a quick shelter, and I laid it down. There's all the trash. Of course, not all of that was me. A lot of that was just litter. I'm gonna grab my little survival bag right here, and that's it. I mean, there's the shelter area cleaned up. Everywhere else is clean. I'm gonna grab it and go. Okay, I've got my noisy trash bag, my survival kit, and I'm getting out of the woods. Of course, my plan is to go eat some food. I think I'm gonna hit Smithfield barbecue, get a big barbecue sandwich, some french fries, and the largest sweet tea they have. I'm not starving, but I'm ready to eat. I've decided to save my reflection and just put that in the description. So if you're interested in reading kind of my thoughts about, I don't know, my performance, my experience, what I learned, what I wish I would have done differently, etc., etc. If you want to see and hear all that, just look down in the description and you can check that out there. But I am going to go ahead and call it a video right here, because I'm ready to get out of these woods and go get some food and drink. Take care, guys. Thank you for following me on this little 10-hour journey, and we'll do more of this in the future. Hope everybody's well. We'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye. Hey there, what's up? And I snapped the whole thing. Nice piece of cedar. Oh, it smells good. It smells like a hamster cage. Goofball Clint. Would probably be better if it was the Old English 800 in there, but I'll take it.